Okay, so let's do a couple of these word problems. Starting with the one that's number 2. So, in 2010, Jamaica's population was 3,111,000, and it's growing at 1.1% per year. So, we're having word problems today, and so you have to be able to translate the English into math. And what we want is something like this. I want the number that I start with, and then in the parentheses, it's 1 plus this number changed into a decimal. So that's going to be this value right here. 1 plus 0.011. Right? Because when I move this decimal place 2 times to the left, that's what I come up with. And then T stands for years. Okay? What's the population in 2020? Well, what do I put in? Do I put 2020 right here? No. See, it started in 2010. I'm going to 2020. So the number that I need to put in is 10. So we'll put 10 right here. Right? So why am I putting in 10? Because 2020 is 10 years away from 2010. Now then, I need to plug it into my calculator. So I'm going to do 3. And then, now I can write 3,111,000, or I can just write this. Now notice I put 1.011. So when I add 1 to this, I just get 1.011. That's what I'm dealing with. So I'm writing this value. Let's see, I don't really like that color. Let's do this one. So I wrote 3.111 parentheses 1.011 raised to the 10th power. Actually, I'm raising it to the x power so that I can see, whoops, I'm graphing. I want to know what's happening in my value here. So I'm going to do second table. And, oops, I am out of batteries. Oh my goodness, I hope it works. Okay, so I'm going to start at 0. And I'm going to count by 5s. And so right now, 3 million, remember this is 3 million. So in 5 years, it's 3.2. In 10 years, it's 3.471. So 10 years right there. So I have, according to this, 3 million. Now I have 3.1, so that's 3 million. 3.4 7.1. All right. So I have 10 years, 3.471 million people. So that's 3,471,000. Right? And then in what year will the population top 4 million? 4 million. Well, look right here. It looks like I've got 10, 15, 20, 25. Looks like it's 4 million right there, right? So it's between 20 and 25. So I need to come back up here to my window, type in 20, and now count by 1. So see, what I'm doing is I'm just changing this to start at 20, count by 1. Now I can see at 20, I was 3.8, then I 3.9, 3.9. Aha! When was the first year it was above 4 million people? Right there, 4.001. Hey, that's 23 years from, that's, so the answer that we got there is 23. Can you see that? 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 is 4 million. Am I zooming in enough? Let's zoom in a little bit more. 20 is 4 million. Yeah, see? So 23 years. But that's not the question, right? The question said, in what year will it be, right? Well, 23 years from where I started. I started in 2010, right? So if I add 2010 plus 23 years, right, then the answer is actually in the year 2033, right? In 2033. So what? You guys will be, what'll you be in 2033? 23 years from now. Well, you'll be 40. How about that? So that's the year. Let's do one that is this was a growth. Let's do a decay problem. Okay? So we want to get rid of everything that's there. So maybe I can erase everything all at once. There we go. Get rid of all this junk. And we'll turn the paper over and do the other side. Huh? All right. So let's do question 4. Question 4. All righty. We are ready. So CDO, how about that? Canyon del Oro has 2,500 students, and they're decreasing 3% a year. So remember, you have to start with how many? That's always the starting place. 1 minus, now 3%, remember when you make that into a decimal, it's going to be 0.3. That's the formula. Now, I usually say 1 minus, it's like $1 minus 3 pennies. That would really be, 1 minus 0.3 would be 97, right? So let's write that one down here. So what's the population in 9 years? So 2500. And then instead of 1 minus this, I'm going to type this into my calculator. 97. Remember, where did I get that? Because 1 minus 0.3, like $1 minus 3 pennies, would be 97 cents. And then I'm putting it in for 9 whole years. How many folks are that? So here we go. Got to clean out my old one. And I type in the value 2,500. And then 0.97 raised, and I'm going to put it in the X power so I can see what's cooking. And I want to go to 9 years. So I need to set my window. Let's start at 0, and maybe we'll count by 3s. How about that? So I've got, let's see, is that as bright as it can be, I suppose. There we go. So I have, I can zoom in a little bit more. 3, there's 22,000 kids. 9 years is 1,900 kids. Ta-da! 1,900 students. So remember to write the units that you're dealing with. T. There's a T there. So what's the population going to be? 1,900 students. And when, what year, right? So when will the population be less than 2,000? Well, obviously 9 years it's less than 2,000, but is there a time when it's less than 2,000 before 9 years? So looks like 6 was 2,082, 9 was that, so let's go to 6. We'll start at 6, and this time we'll count by 1, right? So here I go. 2082, 2019, 19. So it's actually 7 years was 2019 kids, and 8 years was 1,959 kids. So it was 8 years. When will the population first be less? 8 years from today, right? So 7.5 years really. So right, 7 here, and then 8. You know, you can always do this. I'll say, okay, I'll just start at 7 and count by half years and see if that does anything better. 7.5. So 7.5 was definitely less, right? 1,089. Right. So during the 7th year is the year when the population will be less. So in 7 years. Now, if we're in 2021, right? 2021 minus 7 would be no, 2021 plus 7. It would be in the year 2028. Right? What year will the population be less than 2,000? In the year 2028. If it keeps decreasing, just like it has been, then 7 years from today, it'll be, that's how many people will be students. And 7 years from today, there'll be less than 2,000 kids, right, at that high school. That's what we want to know. So, working backwards in your calculator, that's all you have to be able to do. Today's homework is just like that. All right, bye.